Hi, I'm Daniel. I am an exercise enthusiast, and for the sake of this video, in the words of Stephen Amell and Oliver Queen, fuck cancer. I'm going to play the workout today while I talk about my cancer experience. I get a lot of questions, more questions about that, about cancer, than about exercise. So I thought I'd talk about it a little bit. I have no problem talking about it. People can ask me any questions, anything people want to ask is fine. I have no. I'm an open book about that. So if you have any questions, down in the comments. When I was 29, this is adductor exercise, and I'm trying a few different body positions today. When I was 29, I had my probably the first time I had what I would call a prostate spasm after an orgasm. Um, it feels like your prostate area, rectal area is cramped so bad you're just in a fetal position. The only thing that helped was ibuprofen. It feels like you have to just keep peeing at first. That would happen occasionally, like once a year maybe, and then a little more frequently. Then it started happening at night without an orgasm. Just in the middle of the night, I'd wake up from it. I think that was when I went to the doctor, and they did the finger exam. Um, I was diagnosed with benign prostate hyperplasia at that time. That was around 30 something, 32, I think. So that was kind of where it started. If you have had prostate issues, keep an eye on it. Um, anyway, so a couple of years ago, maybe 10 years, no, about 8 years ago, maybe, I tried to get some life insurance and got a blood test, and the PSA came back at 8. And I was denied life insurance, and I thought it was because of the cholesterol, and it was only a little bit up. I'm sure the life insurance looked at the PSA and was like, "Oh hell no." So I understand more. Anyway, I'm leaning back a little bit more on the leg extension here. I don't think I'll keep this position. If I do, I'll have to bring the foot pad up. That was uncomfortable, and the foot was the only thing. Anyway, um, so my PSA number was up, but like many men, you hear the phrase, um, men die with prostate cancer, not from it. No, no, don't listen to that. Uh, Many men die from prostate cancer. Um, anyway, okay, so in right, but right after the pandemic, and everybody started going back out, I was having a lot of problems sleeping because of um, staying awake. Or not staying awake because of sleep interruption, having to go to the bathroom frequently, frequent urination at night. Easiest way to say it. So went to the doctor, urologist, and said, well, let's check your PSA. It was 14. Uh, I stopped ibuprofen, and we tested again. I stopped ibuprofen, I stopped Benadryl, I stopped anything. Those are the two main things I stopped. Anything that might have it up. It went down to 11, so some things do have a thing on it. Anyway, that was when I heard the word biopsy. This was, let's see, what is 24, 21? 20, 21, 21, I think. Biopsy. Got biopsy. I think was it my birthday? It was somewhere, somewhere around there. And got the day before Christmas, the word, it's cancer. So, yeah, it was a weird Christmas. Weird Christmas Eve. I don't want to say gift, but there it was. Um, Went to see the urologist. They had me meet with both a surgeon and the radiologist, and they suggested both. The surgeon wanted to do surgery first. The radiologist wanted to do radiology first. I figured the damn thing's coming out anyway. Let's just take it out first. Um, Also, the radiologist told me that due to how constrained my urethra was from the, I didn't think I heard him coming in. Yeah, I did. Okay, I was already done. Okay. That was leg curl in a more reclined position. Uh, I, I felt the hamstring more, but I can't tell if it was because I was starting to approach a more active insufficiency and it just had a cramping sensation. I'm not sure yet. I'm going to try that a couple of times. Here's leg press. Anyway, um, so had surgery on all the way from the prostate biopsy in December all the way to May was my surgery. Anyway, between there, I had many tests. I had bone scans. I had CT, MRI, and PSMAS or something like that. It's the radioactive thing that hunts down prostate cancer, lights it up in the MRI or CT or whatever it was. That shot alone was 36,000. That was wild. Um, the financial stuff, a different story. I may do another thing about that another time, but for now, let's just stay medical. Um, so I got a lot of tests. Yes, it had spread beyond the prostate. That is kind of one of the ways now that you decide whether it's going to be there's going to be a level of ADT or androgen deprivation therapy. If it's gone outside the bounds of the prostate, you're it's going to be starting to spread. So mine had already gone metastatic. Um, the surgeon removed the prostate, two lymph nodes, and the vas deferens. It had already started going down the vas deferens and in some of the lymph nodes. Um, he was fairly certain he had gotten most of it, at least as far as he could tell. I'm confident it would have been the same with any other surgeon. I don't think this had anything to do with the surgeon. I think every surgeon would have come out with the same thing. Anyway, I came back with it after the PSA was 10. So I'm doing the other leg, the same sequence, other leg now. The PSA was 10, so it was still there. Cancer was still present. Um, they immediately put me on androgen deprivation therapy, and pretty severe. It was that was the Lupron and the Zytiga. The Zytiga was that 21, 22, I think. Yeah, 22. The fall of 22. That really played with my brains. The easiest way to describe the effect Zytiga had on me, it felt like it reduced my short-term memory to where I only had one or two placeholders, and anything more than that was overwhelming. So if I was taking a shower and I heard the door jostle or something, I just felt overwhelmed. It was bizarre. Um, it was a weird time. The fatigue was incredible. Every twice an hour I would soak my clothes so completely it looked like I was coming out of the pool. The hot sweats were so severe. Anyway, the Zytiga is to make sure that the cancer is not producing its own testosterone. So it's pretty harsh for some people, and evidently it was for me. Anyway, around December 23, I sent a message. I can't do this anymore. I got to quit. I don't want to do this. I'm not. Anyway, I was ready to call it a day and let the cancer get me. That shit was bad. And they said, okay, let's just stop the Zytiga. I said, okay. And it definitely helped. Anyway, we stopped and took a break anyway because the radiation started. And compared to the Zytiga, the radiation was a break. So the hardest part for me in the radiation, that was in 23, The middle of January through March. Eight. No, thank you. March. 8 weeks. Um, anyway, that I had a pretty high dose. I literally felt cooked, and you could see it on my waist and everything. But the fatigue was just incredible. Um, anyway, my doctor team's really good. I'm really pleased with my. I've been very very lucky. The decisions and options they presented me, all kind of option, all kind of decisions, so I, I don't feel like anybody has tried to pull the wool over my eyes, tried to push me into anything. I feel like I've been given very informed decisions, so I really like that. But the the probably the worst part is it's been at the top level of uncomfortable, not painful, but it's a long, long discomfort. It's really long. Um, Fatigue from Lupron right now is what I'm on. Oh, I occasionally do this. I'm using it's a piece of packing foam from an Amazon shipment of something. The foam gives you kind of a feedback. Uh, I get lazy and don't use it or forget to use it. It helps a lot. I think I may try it again on the leg curl next time. The foam, the pressure against your skin, and how much you're pushing is a little more of a feedback. Um, so that just wanted to say that helps. Anyway, so after the radiation, since then I have been just straight on Lupron. I was doing once a month, and every month I was having just a severe reaction. Um, and, for about 36 to 72 hours, I would be um, really nauseated. Just after at first I thought it had been a virus, but it wasn't because it happened at kind of a regular interval. Um, I switched recently to once every 6 month shot, so I will be on this medicine for the rest of my life. The next step would be if the stuff comes back, the next step would probably be chemo. So I hope that doesn't have to happen. I'm going to follow the recommendations and I'm going to keep doing this. I'm going to keep training. I'm going to keep trying to eat well. I'm going to keep doing some things I still question whether or not I need to do, like the cardio. I'm going to do it anyway, but I'm going to do it as the most best way it needs to be done if I'm going to do it. I'm not going to play at it. Um, oh, is it replaying? It's replaying. Okay, let's just stop here. We'll stop there. So what I hope people get from my story is, first of all, you can get through it. It's daunting. It's heavier of a thought than it is of an action. I don't think of myself as fighting cancer. It's the fighting mostly goes on up here in your mind. And I do want to say something about that. When you have cancer, your number one thing you want to focus on is not your physical health, it's your mental health. It is going to challenge your mental health harder than it is your physical health. It's just part of this experience. So um, focus on your mental health so that you can give the attention to your physical health. Attend to the mental health first, whether that's counseling, spiritual, if you're religious, get to it. I'm not going to discuss my opinion on that, but if you're religious and that helps you, get to it. Um, I used counseling, and I've recently been using an AI counseling app. I like it because I can just use it whenever. But then really been helping. Um, the physical part, you show up for appointments. exercise, eat well, exercise. Mostly, not a lot, but let's focus on exercise. Focus on what you can do. I'm going to talk more in the future. The next thing, probably on this, I'll probably talk about what I would suggest to do different from my experience. And I'll probably talk a little bit about some of the experimentation I did, my ideas. But if you're facing this beast, it's hard. It is hard. Um, but it's easier than you think it's going to be. It feels the word feels more heavy than how all this is. It gets heavy when you keep thinking it's going to be, oh, okay, you're done now. After the surgeon, I thought, oh, okay, I'll be done. No, after the radiation, no, like we got to keep going. Um, it, yeah, it starts getting heavier and heavier. But right now, okay, my cancer's pretty much frozen. It's not readable. It can't. It's not doing anything. So, quote remission. It's here's one of those lifetimes, and I call it the prostate cancer roller coaster. This is a prostate cancer roller coaster that you get on, and there are a lot of rises, and there are a lot of drops. There are a lot of loops, and the one thing about the prostate cancer roller coaster, you don't get off. There's no exit. It will constantly be loops, uh, up and downs, um, but you can ride the roller coaster. Grab some good food here and there, exercise when you can, and just keep riding. It, you got this.